Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. I'm having something that you really don't like, but I'm trying something. I took some buttermilk and I put the onion peelings that I dehydrated because they have a smoky flavor to them, and I added a lot of black pepper and some of my mixture of salt. I have gotten chicken gizzards, and I know, go ahead and frown, I'm going to try them. Listen, some people don't know how to cook these things and they can drive you insane. And the way they prepare them could drive you insane, which I understand fully. What do I need here? I have not had these since I left the South. Tells you how they cook them in the South. I'm trying with the onion, which would give it a smoky flavor. I might try sometimes trying it with smoked seasonings, the smoked salts that I have, and try that as well. I'm not going to do it today, but I will try it. I'm just doing it very basically, changing to see if the onion skin that has that lovely smoky taste flavor to it, because you can smell it. I haven't tried it this way, and see if it works. I gave some of the gizzards to the dogs, my girlfriend's dogs, because they are they're there, and I couldn't eat all of this, and this is an experiment, and I don't know how it's going to go. We're going to find out. Well, I'm going to find out, I should say. You're not going to find out. You're going to watch me say, oh God, how could she? It might not work, and it all might end up in the trash, but I try. I try different things, because listen, I use gizzards. Honestly, I do. When I make a giblet gravy, you know, when they come to the point where they say throw the neck and the heart and everything out, I don't. I rip the meat off the neck, and I sit there and I chop up the liver and the stomach and the heart, all the gizzards. And then when I sit there and I make chicken gumbo, my sons know that I chop it up and I put it in there. If I fry chicken, I'm going to fry those up and we eat those as well. If I make a gravy to go with the fried chicken, the gizzards are going to be in there. I am constantly using them, but I'm just trying a different way today and see if I can fry these up and see how they come out. They should taste all right. I mean, we've been eating them. It's just that my sons were never aware that they were eating them. And when you do them right, they're not a foul taste in your mouth. You know, you just have to learn to work with it. Like all meats, we have to learn to work with them. When you first start out, you're not real good at it, so you make that as, or your mother's not real good at making something. She makes something, every time you think of that dish, you have like a boiled dinner. What I thought a boiled dinner was I told you the story. I'd never eat boiled dinner again in my life because of the way she made it. And she called that a boiled dinner. It wasn't a boiled dinner, but that's what she called it, and it was horrible. It really was. So maybe sometimes if we just give things a chance, like I didn't eat liver until my husband prepared it with bacon, and then I enjoyed it, and I learned pate, but pates have different levels of which is the better one and which one's the worst one. I've had gone through, I had the bad ones at first and I didn't like them, but then when I got the really good ones and it was done properly, I was very, very happy with it, and I ended up eating liver. I eat tripe, though nobody's prepared it quite the way I want it. I can eat pig's feet, pickle them. So the thing is if it's not prepared right, or somebody's made it for you and it's burnt in your head and they didn't do a good job, man, to get it past here, it just doesn't go. And I understand fully, but I am going to try this and see what I can do to improve on this meal. And then if this comes out, my mind's going tick, 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 tick. So listen, let me go get my pots and stuff. Okay, I'm using my cast iron skillet because I know it's going to hold the heat really, really well. And I know these are like semi-fried. You're going to be really actually frying them, not so much a saute as they would say. But we're going to fry them. But I used onion flavoring, and I'm hoping that that will work. That we can cut down on this rawness with the smoky flavor and see how it works. And I also added extra pepper. A lot of people don't think about doing that, but add a lot of pepper when you go to cook them. And that might
that down. Well, we'll find out. Well, at least my family does eat them. I don't waste the gizzards. It's just that I usually hide it in the food and they don't see it. But this time I'm actually bringing it out into the main dish today. Because one son didn't get the stuffed bell pepper, and he said, Mommy, I'll be home tomorrow. Can I please have it? Don't eat it. And I said, okay, you get the leftovers. So he'll have that. So we're going to see how these come out this way. If the pepper covers up some of the flavor, I also I use buttermilk, the onion skins that I had dehydrated and blended up. When I blended them up, they had a nice smoky flavor, so I think by adding that, that would give it the flavor with salt and pepper. And we'll see how it goes this way. And with the leftover, I can't tell you what was in this flour because I just keep collecting it. But we'll see how this goes. But don't turn your nose up if somebody's trying something new on a dish, because just because you had it one way and it didn't go well, try different ways. Because I have one that talks about chicken gizzards and chicken livers as well as duck feet. And that's a very interesting recipe, the way it's put together. And so if I make that dish, what are you going to do? Turn your nose up because it has one thing in it? And it might be a very good dish. We don't know. I'm going to try it. So that's why I try to stay open-minded. Sometimes I agree with you. You just can't, because somebody has left a very bad taste in your mouth on a dish that they tried to do. And I understand that. God, I've been there, so I understand that. After my first experience with curries, oh my God, I didn't want curries anymore, I told my husband. It was just a mistake. And once I learned how to deal with the peppers, I find now that I do like curries, but I didn't like them at first because they really scorched my throat, you know, because somebody thought something else other than what was real. Getting there. That's what I like about cast iron. You can touch the handle. When that handle's hot, you know that pot's hot. And I don't want to overheat my oil because then I will burn the nutrients that are in it. A lot of people don't know when your oil starts to smoke, you're burning the nutrients in it. And you're causing it to go rancid. So you have to be very, very well aware of what you're doing in the kitchen. Once the cast iron gets hot, you don't have to keep it on hot. You can actually turn the flame down knowing that it's still going to go. And when you're done cooking, a cast iron skillet does not cool down in a hurry. It stays hot. So we're going to let these cook for a bit. We're not going to turn them over in a hurry because they really have to cook to get tender. I should know, I've cooked them enough. So when I'm ready to turn them over, I will bring you back over.
Okay, I'm not going to finish frying them up, but I've already fried 3 of them. The smoky flavor comes across very nicely. They're crunchy, and there is no flavor to these gizzards. They're actually bland of flavor. I added a lot of pepper, I added some salt, and I used the onion peelings that I had blended up after I dehydrated them and made my onion powder that had that smoky flavor. And then I put them in my mixed flours. You know me, I keep on collecting flours, and here they are. And I've got a poppy seed roll, poppy seed crescent roll that I made. I'm going to have that with it. And this is baby broccoli that I have. But they come out, and I'm going to put hot sauce on them as well to give them even more flavor. So I'm going to try them with some other things and see how they come out, because they have no flavor. So it's up here. What you have to do is get past here, because somebody didn't cook it right for you, and try it. Okay, so listen, take care. Bye-bye.